People were dying mysteriously in my husband's family, one after the other. My husband died after a short illness a month after another family member's death. At the funeral, before burial, without my knowledge, my husband's family went to a traditional healer to hear what was causing all those deaths. They heard that their forefather killed someone some years ago. The spirit of that person was rising against them. Traditional healer gave them oil to rub on the deceased face. The first person to see him during the board viewing was going, "Yellow viewers, welcome once again to another educative episode of African Confessions right here on Extraordinary Africa. My name is Solution Uncle. If you're still new in this show, we publish lifetime confessions. Usually, we publish anonymously for their own safety reasons. And viewers, without wasting much of your time, let's go straight into the confessions for today. Today, we have two confessions, so make sure you will be tuned as we are going to take you through the stories. Our first confession is as follows. Yellow Uncle, my name is Ethel. Please hide my surname. I am from Botswana, but I'm currently residing in Lilongwe, Malawi. Uncle, if life was reversible, I was to stay away from dead bodies. It was better not to attend some of these funerals. My story is a bit long, but I will try to shorten. In Botswana, I grew up staying with my step-grandmother. Mom got married to another man after Dad passed away, so I started staying with Mom and stepfather. Stepfather was so loving and caring. One could not see I was not his biological daughter. He treated us equally as his children. We stayed together till I started going to school. Stepdad has a short illness and passed away. They have two children with Mom. By the time he died, Mom was unemployed. We used to rely on stepdad. After his death, Mom became a cross-border. It was very hard for her to balance hustling and taking care of the children, as she could spend more than 2 weeks out of the country. Step-grandmother volunteered to stay with us whilst Mom was doing her hustles. We moved to stay with grandmother. The three of us, me and her two biological grandchildren from Mom's marriage with their son. Mom used to come to see us every month end, but she wasn't coming in the end. After 5 years with no idea of her whereabouts, Mom sends us a letter. She said she was arrested in Zimbabwe. It was too late. Step-granny has already forced me into marriage. Granny remained with my two siblings because they were her biological grandchildren. She forced me into a marriage because of hardships. After Mom failed to send money for our upkeep, Granny looked for a job. She started working at a farm. We moved from our rural home to stay in the farm compound. In the compound, there was this Malawian man. The Malawian was a Granny's workmate. He was single with no children at a very old age. The man bribed my step-grandmother. She gave me away to the man. Granny told me to leave from her place to the man's house. Uncle, you know farm compound's life. We stayed as husband and wife and have two children. In 2020, our child died. According to their Malawian tradition, if a person is laid to rest in a foreign land, he or she won't rest properly. So we hired a lorry to carry us and the body to Malawi. We arrived in Malawi and the body was buried the next day. Few days after the burial, my sister-in-law died whilst asleep at night. Two other husbands' relatives died mysteriously that week. This happened in March. In April, we planned to return to Botswana, but we didn't go. My husband has a headache for a few hours and passed away. The deaths were too much. Before burial, without my knowledge, My husband's family went to a traditional healer to hear what was causing these deaths. They heard that their forefather killed someone some years ago. The spirit of that person was rising against them. Traditional healer gave them oil to rub on the deceased's face. The first person to see him during the body viewing was going to carry the evil spirit to his or her family. They returned so late. Tomorrow, during body viewing, I was the first since I was the wife. We buried my husband. The next day, I received a call. My mom has passed away. On my way to the funeral, I received another call. My young sister has passed away. No serious sickness, just vomiting and die. This shocked everyone. We buried them same day, but before burial, my other sibling manifested. She started beating me and exposed everything which has happened. We called a traditional healer. The healer said I was trapped to take away the demon from their family to our family. That type of demon usually enters into someone through the feet. The Sangoma encouraged everyone to wear closed shoes during body viewing. As of my case, it's unreversible. I am afraid to lose my remaining sibling. Please, uncle, what do I do? Yellow Solution, uncle, can you please hide my identity? I am a man aged 43 from South Africa. Uncle, I grew up in poverty. Our parents never got decent jobs. We rely on begging. Yes, I thank my parents for giving birth to me, but I also blame them for all this. I was very good at school, as people say, but I quitted before finishing grade 1. There was no money for school fees. I started hustling for money at a very young age. In 2007, my father passed away. Automatically, I was now the breadwinner. I went to Pretoria in search for a job. Whilst I was still at the village, I thought it's very easy to find a job in town. Mom borrowed money for my bus fare from a businessman. I went to Pretoria, but it was not easy as we thought. I started begging and cleaning cars. This other day, I cleaned a car. Inside that car, there was a huge amount of money. When the owner returned, the first thing he asked was, "Hope you did not take away my money." I just forgot it. Stealing was not in me since I was growing up. He counted and found it well. He then asked me, "Do you want a job? Do you want to be rich just like what I am?" I agreed. We exchanged numbers. The following day, he called. We met in town and went to his house. "Uncle, that guy is very rich. A beautiful house, many cars." He exposed all his illegal businesses to me, started demanding me at gunpoint to become his personal assistant. It was now late to reject. I became his personal assistant. At least I could send money to my family at the village. We performed many criminal activities together till we got arrested trying to rob a bank at the end of 2012. I stayed in prison from 2012 to 2014. Whilst in prison, I met this friend of mine. He was serving a sentence for allegedly smuggling shoes from South Africa to Namibia. From what he was telling me, he seemed to have been invested a lot from shoe selling. He explained everything, from doing door-to-door selling to a wholesaler. This inspired me. He gave me money to start shoe selling, but the profits were not satisfying me. We used to earn thousands when I was a robber. I went to a witch doctor in Durban. I wanted to grow the business. The witch doctor gave me a small lucky charm. I should chew once a day. My business started to grow, and I opened many shoe shops across the country. At the end of 2012, my relatives started to die mysteriously, one week after the other. We called white garment prophets to assist us. They cleaned our home. No one died from then. The problem is now affecting me only. I am being chased away by a mob. Other people are not seeing the mob. I went to many places seeking for help, but it's not working. Uncle, please help me. What should I do? I did all this in a quest to look after my family. Now they've turned against me, saying I am a wizard. Yes, firstly, I would like to thank everyone who confessed. Guys, I would like to thank you. As I usually say, we always learn from other people's mistakes. Thank you so much for sharing such helpful stories. We have learned. On the first confession, we have learned. Some of us at those funerals, we will be crying and crying. We will even forget even to wear our shoes. Guys, we need to pray. We need to pray. That's one of the lessons I think we are always learning each and every day. We need to pray. Make sure when you wake up in the morning, you pray. Midday, you pray. Before eating, pray. Before traveling, pray. At those funerals, pray. The devil is at work. The devil is at work. As to you, my sister, you was being used. Carrying such an evil spirit inside your body. You need to ask for forgiveness to God. Seek for a God-fearing church. Fast for even for 3 days. Fast for 3 days. If it's not working, fast for a week. If it's not working, fast for 2 weeks. Say, dear Lord, search my heart. Reveal to me any remaining bars of hate where I have attempted to forgive apart from you. I pray you would cover these hates in your healing grace, and though your strength, empower me to forgive others as wholly and completely as you first forgave me. In Jesus' name, amen. Guys, we need to pray. We need to pray. I don't know how to say it, but we need to pray. Viewers, what's your take on our sister's story? There was an evil spirit inside her husband's family. There was death after death, people dying in that family. They went to a sangoma without her knowledge, returned with all this from the sangoma. Our sister was trapped and took away the spirit from that family to her family of origin. It's so sad why people are such heartless people. My sister, I would like to say sorry for what happened. You was an orphan from the beginning. People are still trying to take advantage. Why? The step grandmother sold her. Guys, we need to be kind to those orphans. God will reward us. We need to be kind. I'm so sorry, my sister. And there was the second confession. The second confession is from a guy who is saying you grew up in poverty. I was in poverty. The parents were not going to a formal job. Life was not that easy. They survived by begging. And after the father passed away, automatically he was the breadwinner. The mother borrowed the money for him to go to the city and search for a job. There was no job. He started being a cleaner, cleaning other people's cars. One day, he cleaned a car of this man who was a robber, which has left him in prison. After prison life, he started shoe selling. But because he was someone used to earn a lot of money from robbery, he thought to boost by using juju, which started killing relatives. Relatives discovered it and did a go back to sender. Now he's struggling. From the first thing, my brother, I'd like to say sorry. You grew up in poverty. You was an orphan, became a breadwinner at a very early stage. But I don't agree with people who use juju. Juju won't take you anywhere. Thank you so much for sharing. We have learned juju won't take us anywhere. Viewers, juju won't take us anywhere. But my brother, you are still alive. You are still here. We need you to be set free. Look for a God-fearing church, fasting and praying. Remain faithful to God. Everything will be okay. Thank you so much. Bye for now.